दस्त यजीद हक्का के बिनाए ला इलाहा अस्ति हुसैन पर मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद। अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन व बिही नस्तईन वस्सलातु वस्सलाम वत्तहिय्यतु वल इकराम अला सय्यिदिना व नबिय्यिना अबिल क़ासिम मुहम्मद। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद व अला इतरतिहिल अत्यबीन अल अतहरीन अल मुंतजबीन अल्लज़ीना अज़हबल्लाहु अन्हुमुर रिज्स व तहहरहुम तत्हीरा। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद वल्लअनतु दाइमतु अला अअदाइहिम अजमईन मिन अव्वलि यौमि ज़ुल्मिहिम इला लिक़ाइ यौमिद्दीन। अम्मा बाद फ़क़द क़ाला अल्लाहु सुब्हानहु व तआला फ़ी कलामिहिल हकीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। क़ुल ला अस्अलुकुम अलैहि अजरन इल्लल मवद्दता फ़िल क़ुरबा। सलावत। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद। You have heard this holy ayah again and again. Before I discuss this, we pass our condolences to Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. On this occasion of shahadat of his beloved daughter Bibi Fatema, Sayyidatu Nisa'i Ahlil Jannah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Then our condolences to all the mu'mineen and mu'minat, especially our sisters in Iman, and then to the Imam of our time, that may Allah hasten in his reappearance, who is going to come back to put and maintain justice and peace in this world, as this world will be filled with tyranny and injustice by that time. This holy ayah, there was a reason I mentioned this. I could go for ayah tathir, which is a magnificent starting point for the introduction of Bibi Fatema salamullahi alayha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Unluckily, the last shahada night, due to inclement weather, we could not be here and have the shahada recited for Shahzadi Kaunain. Remember, whenever you want to speak about one of the Masumeen, it is very hard to speak about themselves. The best a reciter can do is to speak about one of the sayings of Masumeen about them, because our knowledge is very limited, and 110%, it's no exaggeration, they are beyond our comprehension. No human being can simply explain or describe them. So the best task is simply to go for the sayings from Rasulullah or the Aimma alayhimus salam or the ayat of Quran Kareem. So why this ayah? Let me translate this ayah first. Qul, the discourse is toward Rasulullah. O Apostle, say it. Say it. What should Rasulullah say? La as'alukum, I don't question, I don't do su'al. Sa'ala yas'alu, as'alu, I question in Arabic. I don't question you. Ajran, ajr means like any payment, any retribution, anything to, compensate your work or your whatsoever effort, your endeavor. So I don't ask for, let's say, a reward for my risalat, for when I convey you the communications of Allah Jalla Shanu, and which is so hard to be a Rasul. Trust me, we look at it as a magnificent post, and it is 100% indeed. But from that side of Rasulullah, it was so hard, trust me. From the first day, as we have, many a hadith, he could read the forehead of people. He knew exactly if this person is going to be in the paradise or hellfire. What type of person is he or she? He could see everything, including the killers of the heart fruit of Rasulullah. They were also sitting around him, or their, awlad who were supposed to come later on. You know how hard it is for someone to be among people who they are gonna be killers of your awlad? Rasulullah had to go through this. He knew all this. And then he kept on mentioning so much about his progeny, especially Bibi Fatema salamullahi alayha. And this, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, and this great personality of Islam isn't such that it is so interesting. I'm saying interesting. In Arabic, they say it is so ajib. It's not really interesting. It is like so strange. Strange is not exact, equal of ajib. Ajib is which is like not appropriate, plus it amazes me why people do this, if I can say this way. That there's so many ahadith about Bibi Fatema salamullahi alayha in their source books. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. You cannot count them. But again, when it comes to the reminder of Bibi, you will find people, they stop talking about her. And many of them, they give really bad justification for that. That the love of Sayyida salamullahi alayha, or to mention a hadith about her, simply, increases on the anger or the grudge, or it puts malice in your heart for some people. This is not an accepted justification. Why do you go for that type of thinking and do you leave Quran Kareem alone? I stopped in between, but let's complete the ayah. Qul, O Apostle, communicate this message. La as'alukum alayhi ajran. I don't ask for a reward for my risalat. Illa, except, but, istithna, exception. Illa al-mawaddata fil qurba. That you have affection, you have love for my relatives. And then when it comes to relatives, remember when Allah introduces the relatives of Rasulullah, He starts with who? Hum Fatima wa abuha wa ba'aluha wa banuha. Have a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. This is so amazing that Rasulullah is the apostle. He is the known person. He is the person who is on the top, the pinnacle of humankind, if I can say. But Allah Jalla Shano, where? On the earth? No. Ya malaikati wa ya sukkana samawati, when speaks up in heavens on his throne and speaks to the angels. He does not start introducing Rasulullah with the name of Rasulullah. No. He starts Hum Fatima. He takes the holy name of Bibi Fatima. And that is, why? To show. Just one of the brothers he recited in his Marsiya. Hiya ma'adanur risala. Ma'adan, a mine. A diamond or gold mine. Gold mine is the one which produces gold. If, bila tashbih, if I can say, Rasulullah has the title of being the Rasul. And Bibi Fatima is the ma'adan of risalat of Rasulullah, and there's no exaggeration. Maulana, can you give me an example? Yes. Look at the titles of her. Like, can you explain her being Abiha, mother of her father? That is the status of Bibi Fatima salamullahi alayha. It takes so much to just understand the meanings of this. How a daughter can be on that pinnacle of respect. And then one of the wives of Rasulullah quotes that whenever, without any exception, this daughter of Rasulullah used to walk or enter onto Rasulullah, he used to get up to show best of his respects to Bibi. He used to get up, and he did not just stop there. He used to simply welcome Bibi Fatima. And he will hold the hand of Bibi Fatima, and he will kiss the hand of Bibi Fatima, and then he will kiss her forehead. And he does not stop there. He will leave his place, his seat. He will make her sit in his seat. People will be amazed. Ya Rasulullah, you are the father and don't make a mistake. They were those days Arab mentality people. You are a man, a male. And now she's a girl, she's a woman. Why are you showing so much respect for women? They did not know about the title of Bibi Fatema being Ma'adin al-Rasala. She is the pivot. वो चक्की की कीली होती है ना जैसे, she is the center point of Ahlul Bayt alayhimussalam, and Rasulullah strived to convey, to communicate this status of Bibi Fatema to people, to Ummah. I'm going to quote you a hadith. Honestly, this hadith even amazed me, that this great scholar, who is a Sunni scholar, he compiled this hadith, and the way he compiled, I want to take maybe a minute or two from your time to simply go with that essence behind this hadith, that why and in which relevance this hadith. There's a renowned scholar, I mentioned you his name few times, Shamsuddin al-Dhahabi. You know Ibn Taymiyyah, our brothers, they call him Shaykhul Islam. We respect other people's dignitaries. We quote them for reference. We have our own millions of ahadith, but it's a general way that these are the agreed upon ahadith. I want you to pay attention to this essence. This Shamsuddin al-Dhahabi is a Rijali, expert of ilm rijal, expert of hadith, expert of history. He has Tarikhul Islam, an extensive book of 35 huge volumes, and so lots of books. He has a teacher. His name is Juwayni. Very, very learned man, expert in hadith. Pay attention, this Shamsuddin al-Dhahabi, whenever he puts his, sharh or hashia on a hadith, saying so-and-so Ravi is weak or matruk or whatsoever, people will question about the hadith. Let me quote you a word of him about his teacher Juwayni. What he says of Juwayni, from whom I'm going to report you this hadith about Janab Sayyida Salamullahi alayha. He says, his complete name is Ibrahim ibn Muhammad ibn al-Hadid al-Ma'ruf bil Juwayni. Mutawaffa, he died 722 after Hijrah. Min mashayikh al-Dhahabi. He's from the teachers of Dhahabi. Yaqulu fi haqqihi. Dhahabi says about his teacher, Imamun. This great person is an Imam. Imam in religion in those days is a term. See, you put your best trust in your Imam, especially when he's also your teacher. Muhaddithun. He's expert of hadith. Knows hadith. The very basic principle of the muhaddith is he reports only hadith which he believes to be true. Sahih hadith. True word of Rasulullah, which came from his divine tongue. Faridun. He's matchless. He's fard. No one is like him. Has no equal to him. Unique. Fakhrul Islam. He's pride of Islam. See, these are the words of his Shagird, his student, Dhahabi. Sadruddin. He's the essence of deen. The pioneer in religion. I will stop here. Now let's quote from this Juwayni. What did he report from Rasulullah? The Ravi he chooses Ibn Abbas. And I won't mind mentioning once again, this Juwayni has an excellent book, Fara'idus Simtain. I would request you and invite you to please have this book. It's online there. Read it. He mentions precious hadith regarding Panjatan Pak, about Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, that may our salawat be upon them. Bismillah. See, I work hard to emphasize that the ahadith about Janab Sayyida are not one-sided. They're everywhere. Almost every scholar in Islam, he reported many hadith about her. One of them is this. But this is Mu'anwan and it's Mansusul Illa. He mentions everything and he, tells about the circumstances, when, why, how, where. Rasulullah mentioned this. I will go with the translation. He says, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas is the Ravi he chose. That Abdullah ibn Abbas reported that Inna Rasulullah, verily, one day, Rasulullah was sitting in the Masjidun Nabi. Now pay attention, Masjidun Nabi is an open place. It's a public place. It's masjid. Everyone is coming and going. Now look at these, circumstantial evidence of the hadith. Rasulullah is sitting there and Imam Hassan alayhi salam suddenly comes. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Rasulullah says, Ilayya, Ilayya ya bunayya. Oh my son, come to me. Come close to me. He keeps on saying that, and then he makes Imam Hassan sit on his right leg. And then he sees Bibi Fatema salamullahi alayha could be looking for Imam Hassan. She came. Imam Hassan is by that time very young. Pay attention, Imam Hussain alayhi salam is not in the hadith. It's just Imam Hassan. Allah knows why Bibi came, but he says he saw Bibi Fatima coming, and Rasulullah said, Ya bunayya Fatima ilayya ilayya, come to me, my daughter Fatima. Now pay attention, he makes Bibi Fatima sit in front of him. Normally a woman, you will maybe, for parda and hijab, you will make her sit behind you. Allah knows why, Rasulullah knows why, but Rasulullah makes her sit in front of him. And then Imam Ali alayhi salam arrives. And by the way, when Imam Hassan came, Rasulullah baka. He started crying and telling him, my son, come to me. When Bibi Fatima came, started crying and said, Bibi, come to me. Imam Ali came, Rasulullah did the same thing, started crying. Falamma ra'ahu baka. As soon as he saw Imam Ali, started crying and told him, Ilayya, Ilayya, ya akhi. Come to me, oh my brother, come to me. And then he make him sit on his right side. Now this is the situation. Companions looking into this, that whenever one of these members of Ahlul Bayt came, Rasulullah cried. They said, فَقَالَ لَهُ أَصْحَابُهُ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. His companions, they inquired, O Apostle of Allah, مَا تَرَى وَاحِدًا مِنْ هَؤُلَاءِ إِلَّا بَكَيْتَ. You did not see a single of these, but you cried. Awa ma fihim man tasurru bi ru'yatihi. Is there not a single among them that by looking at them you are pleased? Why you cry? Astaghfirullah, do you hate them? Do you dislike them? I mean, whenever you saw everyone came, you were crying. Look at the question. Awa ma fihim. Is there not a one person among them? Man tasurru. By looking at him, you feel surur. You feel happiness? Is there not a single person? فَقَالَ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَآلِهِ وَسَلَّمْ. Rasulullah said, pay attention to this word. You have heard something likeness of this. وَالَّذِي بَعَثَنِي بِالنُّبُوَّةِ. I swear by that person, which is Allah Jalla Shano, who chose me, ba'athani, who resurrected me, who sent me with the nubuwah, with prophethood. وَاسْتَفَانِي عَلَى جَمِيعَ الْبَرِيَّةِ. Who chose me. Look, Rasulullah swear by two things. Wastafani, and he chose me among all the mankind. Every creation, I'm the best. Inni wa iyyahum, verily myself and them, la akramul khalaiq ala Allah. We are the most respected creature near Allah Jalla Shan. Pay attention to these words. We are the most mukram makhluk near Allah Jalla Shanu. No one has more respect than us near Allah. وَمَا عَلَى وَجْهِ الْأَرْضِ. And there's not on the face of earth. Look at the wording of Rasulullah. How he's doing ihsa and compassing, embracing everything. On the face of earth, there's not a single person, nasmatan ahabba ilayya minhum. There's not a single person on the face of this earth whom I love more than these. Meaning I love them the most. Have a salawat on them. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. See, now you see how Jawani portrays this situation. Now he enters into one by one, speaking about them, how Rasulullah explained about them. that these are the most respected and the nearest to me. I love them the most. And then he starts explaining about them. One comes to Bibi Fatema, and this is how he speaks. He says, "Wa amma ibnati Fatema, but my daughter Fatema, فَإِنَّهَا سَيِّدَةُ النِّسَاءُ الْعَالَمِينَ مِنَ الْأَوَّلِينَ وَالْآخِرِينَ." Why I'm accentuating this piece? Awwaleen wal akhirin. Some people, they will report Fatima to Sayyidatun Nisa il Alameen Masaduna Maryam bint Imran. That Bibi Fatima is the lady of all the ladies except Bibi Maryam. There is yet this hadith, yes, but it's on the Sunni brother side. Our hadith, they all say she is Sayyidatun Nisa Ahl al Jannah on the one side, Sayyidatun Nisa al-Alamina min al-Awwalina wal-Akhirin. From the people who were in the past and people to be, let's say, coming in future. So she is the absolute lady of these ladies who are faithful. Now pay attention, he does not stop just here. This is attribute number one, that she is Sayyidatun Nisa al-Alameen min al-Awwalin wal-Akhirin. Attribute number two, he mentions, وَهِيَ بَضْعَةٌ مِنِّي. She is a piece. She is my heart piece. Some of them, they translate, she is my heart. मेरे जिगर का टुकड़ा है जनाब सैयदा, या मेरा जिगर है. You translate it any way you want. The least is, bada means a piece, a chunk of something. So when he says bad'atun minni, she is a chunk of mine. Now you tell me, is your finger not chunk of you, piece of you? If I cut your finger, won't you feel any pain? So people who did dhulm to Bibi Sayyida, they should be very careful. They did not just do dhulm to Bibi Sayyida. They committed those crimes and offenses against Rasulullah, who is the kul. See, Juz relates to kul. Juwaini goes, Wahiya Nuru Aini. Attribute number three, she is my eyesight. मेरी आँखों का नूर है जनाब सैयदा. तो जिन्होंने जनाब सैयदा को रुलाया, कितना दर्द हुआ होगा रसूल गरामी को. And then he himself mentions, and everyone mentions, including Razavi, this report. He reported this hadith. Inna Allah yarda li rida Fatima. وَيَغْضَبُ لِغَضَبِ Fatima. Indeed, Allah pleases with the pleasure of Bibi Fatima salamullahi alayha. And Allah Jalla Sha'nu becomes angry by the anger of Bibi Sayyida salamullahi alayha. Have a salawat on her. I'll go a bit quicker. وَهِيَ ثَمَرَةُ فُؤَادِي. These are our brothers who mention this. And you will be amazed when this Jawani is going to report at the end of this hadith the Masayib of Bibi Fatima. That Rasulullah, now you will know why Rasulullah made Bibi Fatima sit in front of him. He wanted to show people the respect and the place Bibi Fatima holds. Remember, La akramul khalaiqi ala Allah azza wa jalla. These are the most respected people near Allah Jalla Sha'nu. Now see, this does not mean the others have no astaghfirullah status. Tilka Rasul, even Allah mentions in Quran Kareem. See, Tilka Rasul faddalna ba'dahum ala ba'd. Thus my apostles, I have given priority to some of them upon the others. This does not mean la nufarriqu bayna ahadim minhum. In another ayah Allah says, when it comes to the authority of being a prophet of Allah Jalla Sha'nu, we don't differentiate among them. But yes, among themselves, let's say, our apostle has higher status than even Ibrahim Khalilullah alayhi alafu tahiyyat wa thana. So this is what we mean. That this is even a hadith, which is of course agreed upon many, like, it's not just Shia and Sunnis, trust me. There are many other reporters who have reported this hadith and likeness of this hadith. And the beauty is, there's so many hadiths about these attributes separately. And interestingly, many reporters, they will simply report pieces of it. They won't put the whole hadith together. The beauty of Jawami is, he has put all hadiths at one place. in the order Rasulullah spoke about. Let me complete it. Wahiya thamaratu fuadi. She is my heart fruit. Meri meva dil hai Janab Sayyida. Thamara means fruit. Fuad means heart. You translate it yourself. Wahiya ruhi allati baina jambayya. She is the ruh. She is my ruh in my rib cage, if I can say. She is my ruh in my rib cage. How much a person loves his ruh. Why Rasulullah is mentioning so many attributes of Bibi Sayyida? Why? La as'alukum alayhi ajran. To emphasize on this, that you remember my ajr risalat. You have to love my family. You have to love and respect them. The very basic respect is you have to respect their house. You have to keep their limit. You have to respect their limits. People, they did not abide by this hadith of Rasulullah. He continues, وَهِيَ الْحَوْرَاءُ الْإِنسِيَةُ. She is a hur in form of an insan. She looks like human beings, but inside she is a hur, a creation of, from the throne of Allah, Arsh Ilahi. She used to be there, always mentioning Allah Jalla Shanu, doing tasbih of Allah Jalla Shanu. And now look at this attribute. I pay my salute to this Jawani. Jawani, thank you so much. You mentioned about Bibi Sayyida. I love you. I respect you. You will get your reward for paying your, respect to Bibi Sayyida by mentioning all this hadith. He says, Mata qamat. Rasulullah introduces the worship of Bibi Fatema. Now pay attention, it's about to end. Mata qamat fi mihrabiha bayna yaday rabbiha. There's a reward at the end for me and you. Why Rasulullah mentions all this? He always takes good care of us. And look and pay attention how he did that in this hadith. Mata qamat fi mihrabiha. When she stands to offer her prayers to Allah Jalla Shanu in her mihrab. Mihrab is, this place is known as mihrab. At home, even people, they used to have a small place designated for worship. Let's say at your house, inshallah, may Allah give you a big house that you dedicate a room for worship of Allah. You put your small, sajdaga, your musalla, and if a guest comes, there's enough space for 4 or 5 people to worship there. When she stands there to worship Allah Jalla Shanu, Zahara nuruha li malaikati sama. Her nur, it glitters for the angels of heavens. Not for people of Medina, not people of earth. Angels, they are the product of nur themselves. And Rasulullah is mentioning that when my daughter stands up to offer worship Allah Jalla Shanu, her nur, it glitters, it shines. Zahra is did simply because of this. Her great laqab, when we say Fatema ta Zahra, it is same word Zahra ya Zaharu. To glitter, वो चमकना जिसे हम कहते हैं. जनाब सैयदा का नूर अर्श इलाही के मलाइका के लिए चमकता है. And those guys are amazed there. What's going on? What is this nur from? Where is it coming from? And then look, وَيَقُولُ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. Allah Jalla Shanu says, remember in Hadith Kisab we have, Allah talks, Ya malaikati wa ya sukkana samawati, inni ma khalaqta sama'an mabniya ila akhir. That hadith you hear always. But look what Juwayni reports. He says, Allah will say to those malaika, يَقُولُ اللَّهُ لِمَلَائِكَتِي يَا مَلَائِكَتِي, O my angels, انظروا إلى أمتي فاطمة سيدة إمائي. Look towards my slave Fatema salamullahi alayha, who is the Sayyida, the chief or best of my best slaves. Tara'adu qa'imatun bayna yaday. Look how she is standing in front of me to worship me. Tara'adu fara'isuha min khifati. Her every single organ is quivering with my fear when she worships me. Look, Allah is explaining how Fatima's ibadat is. And then وَقَدْ أَقْبَلَتْ بِقَلْبِهَا عَلَى ibadati. She has come with pure heart to worship me. This is the attribute of Fatima, explained by Allah Jalla Shanu on the holy tongue of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Have a salawat on him. And now look at that blessings, that kindness, that rahmat of Bibi Fatema, which penetrates us even today. After so many years, whosoever listens to this hadith, he is included in this. Now look how Rasulullah finishes this. Allah says that look how she is worshipping me biqalbiha o shahidukum. I take you witnesses. I take you as shahid, all my angels. Inni qad amantu shi'ataha minan nar. That I have guaranteed her followers, her Shias, from the hellfire, that I will save them from that. Very basic question. Oh Allah, Bibi Fatema is worshipping you, not us. But Allah loves Bibi Fatema so much that she worshipped Allah with these attributes which Rasulullah just mentioned in this holy hadith. But Allah respects Bibi Fatema so much and regards her worships so much when she offers them for Allah Jalla Shanu, that even just that we love her, Allah forgives us and guarantees us that I will never punish anybody who loves Bibi Fatema salamullahi alayha. And among our Sunni brothers, this hadith is very famous, and its likeness with different words, that Allah's apostle named Bibi Fatema Fatima لِأَنَّ اللَّهَ فَطَمَهَا وَمُحِبِّهَا عَنِ النَّارِ. This hadith is from Nasa'i and many other reporters. He's in Sahih Sitta. He said that Allah's apostle, he mentioned that I named Bibi the name of Fatima because Allah has saved Bibi Fatima and her lovers, muhibbiha, from the hellfire. He will never punish the lovers of Bibi Fatima will hellfire. Have a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. You heard this hadith. Jawani continues with the hadith of Bibi Fatima salamullahi alayha. And now look, Rasulullah replies to the companions that by looking at these dignitaries, why did he cry? I will mention a piece in English and then I will mention in Urdu. Rasulullah says, "Wa inni lamma ra'aytuha." And now when I saw her, and the reason I cried, you wanted to know why I cried? Here's the reason. But please pay attention. This Masa'ib of Bibi Fatima Zahra is not from Shia source, it's from Jawani, teacher of Shamsuddin Zahabi. Look what he says. He says, Ra'aytuha, when I saw her, dhakartu ma yusna'u biha ba'di. I remembered what's gonna happen to her ba'di, after me. After when I'm gone, what afflictions and what masa'ib are gonna come to her. That made me cry. Ka'anni biha. And it looks like I'm right there, watching it with my own eyes. What is Rasulullah watching? And he says, قَدْ دَخَلَ الظُّلُّ بَيْتَهَا. I see that humiliation is entering her house. Pay attention to this. Rasulullah mentions what incident? When the door of the house of Bibi Fatima salamullahi alayha was broken and put on fire. That's what Rasulullah means. قَدْ دَخَلَ الظُّلُّ بَيْتَهَا. Dhul means dhalalat, जिसको हम कहते हैं ना उर्दू में, वो दाखिल हुई मेरी बेटी के घर में. وَانْتُهِكَتْ حُرْمَتُهَا. Remember that sentence? تَحَتُّكْ تَحْتِكُ الْعِسَمْ. Same word, hat ke hurmat. I see hat ke hurmat will be done to her. You know, a person, Imam Sadiq reports in Kafi, this speech is not part of this hadith. He said that person, he slapped Bibi Fatima salamullahi alayha on her cheek. And it was so hard that she fell on the ground. It was so hard. And Kampani, I'm going to mention in Urdu, Kampani mentions a share about this incident. But let me please complete this hadith. وَغُسِبَ حَقُّهَا. The reason I was crying is that her haqq will be usurped. وَمُنِعَتْ إِرْثُهَا. And she will be stopped from her irth, from her mirath. وَكُسِرَ جَنْبُهَا, oh Allahu Akbar, and her side, her ribs will be broken. See, this is Sunni scholar reporting the Masayib of Bibi Fatema. You should always mention these hadith to your household. وَهِيَ تُنَادِي يَا مُحَمَّدَ فَلَا تُجَابْ, and she will be calling loudly, Ya Rasulallah, is this the Ajr Rasalat you question your ummat? Baba, kya mujhe you Ajr Rasalat denge? Shahzadi ka wo jo bain aapki khidmat mein aksar ulama bayan karte hain, wo isi musibat ka بین ہے. صبت علیہ مصائبو, بابا آپ کے جانے کے بعد فاطمہ زہرا پر ایسی ایسی مصیبتیں آ گئی کہ اگر وہ مصائب روشن دنوں پر آتے تو وہ تاریک راتیں بن جاتی. عزاداروں, کبھی آپ نے سوچا کہ وہ کیا مصائب تھے؟ اس کی ایک جھلک آپ نے یہاں پر سنی. میں نے آپ کو آدھی حدیث بیان کی ہے. اس حدیث کا ٹکڑا تفصیل کے لیے کمپانی نے اپنے شعر میں بہت ہی اچھے انداز میں بیان کیا ہے. وہ کہتے ہیں قد جاوز الحد بلطم الخد شلت ید طغیان و تعدی, کہتے ہیں شل ہو جائے وہ ہاتھ کہ ان لوگوں نے جب یہ شہزادی کے گھر میں داخل ہوئے تو انہوں نے ظلم کی تمام حدیں پار کر دی. قد جاوز الحد, انہوں نے تمام حدیں پار کر دی. اور عزاداروں, مجھے معاف کر دینا, ایک نامحرم نے آگے بڑھ کر جناب سیدہ کے رخسار پر اتنے زور کا تمانچہ مارا کہ شہزادی زمین مدینہ پر گر پڑی, اپنا توازن برقرار نہ رکھ سکی, دوبارہ اٹھی. عزاداروں, یہ کون سا موقع تھا کہ جب بزدلوں کے ہاتھ تھے اور مرتضیٰ کے گلے میں رسی ڈلی ہوئی تھی. عزاداروں, یہ کھینچ کر لانا چاہتے تھے مولا علی کو, لیکن جناب سیدہ نے ابا کا دامن تھاما اور کہا کہ نہیں لے جانے دوں گی. خلو عن ابن امی اور نشرت رأسی, خبردار میرے ابن ام کو چھوڑ دو وگرنہ فاطمہ زہرا اپنے بال کھول دے گی. عزادار حضرت سلمان فارسی راوی ہے کہ جناب سیدہ کے یہ جملے فرمانا تھے کہ خدا کی قسم میں نے دیکھا مسجد مدینہ جو رسول پاک کی مسجد تھی, مسجد نبوی کی دیواریں بلند ہونا شروع ہوئی. علی مرتضیٰ نے مجھے کہا سلمان جاؤ اور جا کر جناب صدیقہ سے کہو امت مصطفیٰ کے لیے بد دعا مت کرنا, مدینہ تباہ ہو کر رہ جائے گا. عزادار وہ لکھتے ہیں کہ جب یہ لائن آئے دروازے پر اور انہوں نے آ کر دروازے کو آگ لگائی تو آگے سے ایک مرتبہ امام حسن کی حدیث اپنے ذہن میں رکھیے. ایک شخص کا نام تھا قنفوذ, وہ غلام تھا بڑا شدید القامت. امام حسن جب بھی اس کو دیکھتے تو اپنا راستہ تبدیل کر لیتے. امام حسین نے ایک دن پوچھا بھیا آپ جب بھی قنفوذ کو دیکھتے ہیں تو اپنا راستہ کیوں تبدیل کر دیتے ہیں؟ امام نے جواب نہیں دیا. امام حسین نے دوبارہ اصرار کیا کہ مولا مجھے بتائیے کہ آپ جب قنفوذ کو دیکھتے ہیں تو اپنا راستہ کیوں بدل لیتے ہیں؟ تو عزاداروں اب جواب سننا. امام حسن نے کہا بھائی اب اگر پوچھا ہے تو ذرا اپنا دل تھام کر سننا. مدینہ شہر تھا, اس شہر کی ایک گلی, اس کا آخری گھر, وہاں پر ایک دروازے کو آگ لگی ہوئی تھی اور میں پاس کھڑا اپنی آنکھوں سے دیکھ رہا تھا کہ جب میری ماں نے دونوں ہاتھوں سے دروازے کو تھامنا چاہا اور باہر سے دروازے کو دھکا دیا گیا. عزاداروں, امام فرماتے ہیں دروازے کو لات ماری گئی اور وہ جلتا ہوا دروازہ جب گرا تو عزاداروں جناب سیدہ کی پسلیاں بھی اسی وقت ٹوٹی اور وہ دروازے کے گرنے کے علاوہ عزاداروں وہ جلتا ہوا دروازہ کمپانی لکھتا ہے لست ادری خبر المسماری سر صدرہ خزانت الاسراری. وہ کہتا ہے جب جلتا ہوا دروازہ سیدہ پر گرا تو اس کی خبر مجھ سے مت پوچھو, اس کا حال جناب سیدہ سے پوچھو کہ جن پر جا کر وہ جلتا ہوا دروازہ گرا اور شہزادی پس کر رہ گئی. عزادار امام حسن فرماتے ہیں کہ جب میرے بابا کو لے جانے لگے اور مادر گرامی نے بابا کی ابا کا دامن تھاما اور کہا کہ نہیں لے جانے دوں گی علی کو, تو عزاداروں یہ قنفوذ آگے بڑھا. اس لائن نے اپنی تلوار کا دستہ سیدہ کے پہلو پر مارنا شروع کیا. عزادارو جناب سیدہ بے ہوش ہو گئی. یہ اس موقع کا ٹکڑا تھا جو آپ کی خدمت میں عرض کیا. لیکن جب آ کر حضرت سلمان نے کہا کہ بی بی شہزادی علی مرتضیٰ کہہ رہے ہیں کہ دختر مصطفیٰ امت مصطفیٰ کے لیے بد دعا مت کرنا، مدینہ تباہ ہو کر رہ جائے گا. عزادار و شہزادی اٹھی، اپنی چادر سر پر لی اور مسجد نبی میں آئی. آپ نے کبھی غور کیا کہ یہاں پر جناب علی مرتضیٰ کو یہ بھی دھمکی دی گئی یا بیعت کرو یا تمہاری گردن مار دیں گے، تمہارا سر قلم کر دیں گے. عزادار جناب سیدہ وہ واحد ہستی ہے کہ جنہوں نے نہ صرف ولایت کا دفاع کیا بلکہ آ کر علی مرتضیٰ کی یہاں پر جان بھی بچائی. آپ یہاں پر تعجب سے مت دیکھیے کہ مولا علی کی محافظ علی مرتضیٰ جیسی ہستی کی محافظ جناب سیدہ ہے، کیونکہ علی مرتضیٰ کو حکم رسول خدا تھا کہ علی اپنے حق کے لیے تلوار مت اٹھانا. تم تلوار اٹھاؤ گے تو تم ان کو مار لو گے، لیکن علی ابھی تو یہ تمہاری ولایت کے ممکن ہے، پھر میری نبوت کا بھی انکار کریں گے، پھر میری وحی کا بھی انکار کریں گے. اور عزادار یزید نے یہ بات ثابت کر دی ہے شعر پڑھ کر کہ لائبت ہاشم بالملک فلا خبر جاء ولا وحی نزل الا لعنت اللہ علی القوم الظالمین وسیعلم الذین ظلموا ای منقلب ینقلبون. پروردگارہ بحق فاطمہ الزہرا ہمارے گناہان صغیرہ و کبیرہ معاف فرما دے. پروردگارہ ہمیں جناب سیدہ کے حبداران میں شامل فرما. پروردگارہ جناب سیدہ کے صدقے میں ہماری مادران کی بخشش فرما. پروردگارہ جناب سیدہ کے صدقے میں ہماری بہنوں بیٹیوں کے حجاب کی حفاظت فرما. پروردگارہ جناب سیدہ کے صدقے میں ہمارے علماء و فقہاء کی حفاظت فرما. پروردگارہ جناب سیدہ کے صدقے میں ہمارے امام کے قلب مطہر کو ہم سے راضی و خوشنود فرما. مالک ہمارے امام کے ظہور میں تعجیل فرما. ماتم حسین یا 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 حسین